It's me, DC, and the place to be, and my man Dan Anderson. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, last name and everything, huh? What's going on?
Welcome back, guys.
What's up, C-Rad?
What's going on?
Man, we got an exciting show. I've been yelling so much at the National over loud music, over loud people talking, over engines, over whatever it may be. I got no voice to sound like a different dude today. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Chrome came out today, so we're going to hit up that to start off the show, but we're going to get right into a bunch of stuff. We got giveaways at the end, so just stay tuned on how you can win some gold packs. And there's his face. There's Aaron Judge. You said we're never going to talk about Aaron Judge, but we have to. He's on the Chrome box.
I'm not.
Goodbye.
I mean, look at that smile, man. He's got that stray hand thing going on.
What were we talking about? What is it? You said it like during the life. He does the summer teeth.
Yes. Summer here, summer there.
Summer here, summer there.
Yep. Yeah, that's me almost. That's where I'm headed. I got to get some fake ones here in a little while. But there's somebody in the chat called I Love Dan's Eyebrows. I can only guess who that may be. Got some great eyebrows. A good story, too. We were going to have you on if the Skype didn't mess up. But there it is. There's the card everybody's going after. Aaron Judge on-card rookie auto out of Topps Chrome, newly released. We have breaks here at Mojobreak.com. Check the site. See if you can find a team or a random that you might want to get into. There's just a few spots left. But what was your take initially about Topps Chrome opening 2 cases this morning?
Well, I talked about it earlier on the live feed. I think it was the second case. When this product was pre-sold, basically about 7 months ago, season hadn't really started yet. Definitely Judge didn't have the hype. Bellinger didn't have the hype. So you don't really know going into it. And this is a product historically that it kind of holds its value. It doesn't really skyrocket by any means. But Topps made this with the budget, the budget for this to be a retail box at around $70.
Yeah.
So when it shoots up to $150 for a hobby box, which is ridiculous, I can't really see it going any higher than it is. Keep in mind that the budget, the value that was put in here was with the mindset of it being around a $70 box.
Right.
So I know, I mean, obviously you can get a lot of money for the Judge base refractors. You can get money for their inserts. Bellinger. It seems like actually there's been a lot less Bellinger rookies base cards than I've seen of Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, you're getting like maybe 2 a box on average. The product itself looks really, really good. That card that we pulled in, I think the first case, that's a sharp looking design. It has the 87 border, but it's orange. It's an orange refractor. And a really, really cool photo, too. So that Correa is a sharp-looking card.
Yeah, that was a beautiful hit. We pulled that in case 1. I love the photography. I love the old-school design. I mean, the cards themselves are as delivered. I mean, it's Chrome designs. You got your refractors. You got your chasing Judge. You're chasing Bellinger. There's some short print vents like the Harper here, 5 of 5. That's a sick card. And everything's, for the most part, on card as far as I know. Maybe some of the special inserts or stickers. But it comes as advertised. But like we said, we're looking at $150 on a hobby box compared to other years, it being $90 to $100, and you're looking at $220 on a jumbo box compared to maybe $150 in prior years. So, some people are gonna get burned. I mean, that's just how it's gonna be. And when you raise the price up, there's more fuckage going on. You're getting you're getting bent over a little bit more,
dude.
And that's not taken away from the product. I'm just saying it's like not even supply and demand has made it hard for anybody to flip these cards.
It's not even a word. I don't. What'd you say?
I don't know. I'm not gonna repeat it again. If you didn't catch it the first time, there's no point in me repeating it.
Effage. Effage.
Something like that in my raspy voice.
Whoa!
I think I said seepage. Is what I said.
Oof, that's even worse.
Rewind.
But it is what it is. I mean, this is kind of what happens when you have a couple players. I mean, Aaron Judge, historic run. So I know I don't want to talk about it, but with this hobby, I've never seen so many happy people.
Yeah,
at the National. I mean, there was smiles everywhere.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was the best National that we've been at.
I mean, I saw people having a radio flyer, carrying it around with just stacks of money, Aaron Judge cards.
Make it right.
I'm kidding. It wasn't like that, but the prices on boxes were were pretty damn high.
Yeah.
I got to say that. I mean, you can find deals here and there, but not on 17 Topps products.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been a banner year for Topps. It's been a banner year for the hobby, and I think we're headed into an even more banner year with Lonzo Ball coming up with basketball. I mean, his stuff in silvers, his stuff in golds, they're flying. I mean, it's so not to be cliche and say the hype, but the hype is carrying this hobby right now. So and it's good times all the way around.
I think Ball's just going to be one of the guys. I think we're going to have 3, 4, maybe 5 rookies that are just going to be just absolutely on fire. Maybe the best players on their team. So
definitely,
watch out. It's going to be crazy. It actually may allow you, because of the hype with the handful of like the top guys, you may be able to buy some, De'Aaron Fox or Monk relatively cheap out of the gate. I mean, not cheap, but cheaper than you're going to be able to get later on in the year. So there's going to be a couple of those guys who are just going to absolutely break out and just be a beast. So
Ziggy asked if the deals at the national prices, were they better than online prices?
they were comparable.
They
were comparable. There was some you can get really good deals on some like blasters and stuff like that, especially later on in the show. But I mean, tier 1, stadium club, like museum collection, all that stuff that's come out and it's been really hot. Those prices were pretty comparable to the larger online retailers.
Yeah, and that's that ladder in the background is to simulate the prices of Topps Chrome. Going to
that ladder should not be in the background. That's an oversight, actually. I'm looking at it. I'm like, why the hell is there a ladder up there? What were we taking down?
To bring the thing to the national.
We're having a ladder match in the office.
Yeah, it was a little WWE. Me and C-Rad for the belt.
You're a tall guy. Couldn't you just reach it?
No.
Oh, I thought somebody was trying to break in and steal our TVs.
Yeah, those $250 Samsung TVs. Big draw. Just move right past all the national treasures and take the TVs.
Move through all the Barry Bonds glossy Gem Mint 10 rookies over there.
Exactly.
I'm going for that TV.
But before we get to the NSCC talk, I mean, overall review of Chrome, it is beautiful. They're beautiful cards, on-card autos. It's one of the top rookies every year, so you're definitely going to be a set you want to collect one way or the other. But I would definitely say, as a word of advice, find something that you like, but don't have high expectations on what you're going to get, because we're all paying up on this. And we're not just saying you guys are paying up. We had to pay up on it too, just to be able to have it because of the demand and what the distributors did. We had to order 6 months in advance. We had no idea of some big mammoth man named Aaron Judge or some little dude hitting home runs by the name of Cody Bellinger. We didn't know that. So we gave it on our order, and we couldn't get any more. We had to pay up. So everybody's paying up, but it's a good problem to have in the hobby. That means that these things are collectible. And these things are, supply and demand is causing these things to be more collectible. So it's a good problem to have, but weigh your expectations.
We basically ordered the same amount that we've ordered for the last like 5 years, knowing that we always do Topps Chrome. We always do a handful of different type of breaks with it. We do PYTs, and then we like to have like some boxes around for like mixers and stuff like that. But if you told us if we were told, hey, like maybe you should order 30, 40, 50 cases of Topps Chrome, we would have been like,
yeah, right.
Come on, man, we'll be breaking that for 2.5 years and losing money on it.
Because you had Swanson that you knew about then. You're like, I figure Swanson's going to be in there. I figure Bregman's going to be in there. I mean, and we even probably knew that Judge was going to be in there, but no, I mean, Judge was drafted in 2013. He's been striking out a lot. Nobody knew that he's going to have this run. So, yeah, it's exactly what it is. So getting into the NSCC, it was there it is, the Donald Stevenson Convention Center.
Doesn't look like it at all.
Rosemont. That was before everybody got in.
I think it's had a new paint job since that photo.
Possibly.
That does not look correct, but
so that's where everybody was at from Wednesday through Sunday. The attendance was more than anybody could expect. Everybody, I mean, you could find anything you want at the National. There was lines for the Bowman Rapper Redemption. There was lines for Panini's booth. There was lines for Box Wars.
We should probably talk more about the Rapper Redemption of Bowman. I mean,
we've got that in a segment coming up.
Okay.
But what I liked best, and I'm gonna be a sap on you guys on this one, and maybe it was the first year I really took notice, was how happy some of the kids were there, man. I mean, we were giving out free stuff. We were doing free breaks. And maybe that's why we got a chance to notice it this year, rather than just doing 75 breaks a day at the National and getting that's C-Rad. C-Rad made it all possible for all of us to go out. So Billy, Troy, and James, if you could go ahead and PayPal Macarios, go ahead and send him like $350 to cover the. No, I'm just kidding. We got to chat with people more, and the reaction from kids is just getting base cards and just getting things and just being happy to be there, see their favorite athlete on a card and understand. That was special. That was one of the special moments for me, is to just see how hyped up and how happy these kids were to get these cards, and that's the future of this hobby. So these are gonna be the kids that buy our cards later, that that they're getting. Parents are bringing them in and they're taking part of these things and stuff like that. I wanted to. The thing on the screen is that Trump. This guy was selling some Trump merchandise. He also was selling some music stuff as well. But it was kind of interesting. Love him or hate him, what happened was there was somebody that went up to this guy's booth, and this guy's like a 75-year-old man. It was probably one of the better salesmen that was there, at least, walking up and trying to talk about the stuff that he had and suggestive selling. But somebody, I guess, gave him a rash of shit for having this Trump stuff up and said that he should take it down, and it's not fair to have Trump's name out there, and blah, 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 blah. And this guy's like, hey, people want to buy it. It's regardless of what you think. So it was crazy. It was a big uproar for this guy's booth of having all this Trump stuff, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, getting back to, I just want to thank all of our customers for coming up and saying hi to us and hanging out for a little while. That's greatly appreciated. I was actually blown away. I saw a handful of our T-shirts from previous years, people walking around wearing them. That was pretty awesome to see. I also want to give a shout out to the crew that traveled with us. You guys killed it. Definitely made our job a lot easier. So Billy, James, Troy, Doug did okay. I killed it.
Oh yeah, you did.
I destroyed it.
You guys probably couldn't pay attention, but every day on the stream I was shouting out the Mojo motto.
We didn't. If you knew, taking any technology on the road is challenging, especially going as far as we were going.
Yeah.
Of course, we get there, and we have the mindset that we're not doing any breaks here. We're just going to set up a couple TVs. We got some smart TVs, pipe the internet right in, and we're done, son. Yeah. So we had one TV that just straight never worked. Out of the box, it was like, not going to happen. It's like, I'm going to updated for, and I'm not shitting you, it updated for 3 days. It was just a spinning little wheel, and we tried everything.
How's the internet there?
It was fine, but we ended up using our hotspot.
Yeah.
Went to the club, got right in with the hotspot. So it was a little choppy, but nothing is ever easy. We get there. Of course, we don't have a screwdriver to put our stands together. We never bring tools. Billy was saying that next year, he's like, I'm bringing a whole toolbox.
Yeah, it's smart. It's a genius.
So
he's paid the big bucks.
That's why he does. So I got to give a shout out to the crew that traveled for sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of good times.
And Conrad for kicking ass over here. So
yeah, mainly that was the whole reason it was all possible. And a shout out to the model. Yeah,
shout out to Allie. She killed it. She actually she worked her ass off. She had so many people sign up for our mailing list that we were actually out of T-shirts in about 4 hours.
Yeah.
So 4 hours, we brought 100? It was 100 T-shirts.
Yeah, I should have brought more.
4 hours, they were gone. Doug can model it for you. I didn't get one, and I actually got to say the T-shirts that we were out of first, which blew my mind, smalls and mediums.
Which is Dan's size. He's a small.
Which I after the first 15 minutes of having our booth set up, I was not getting a T-shirt. That was it. My size was gone.
I wanted to revisit you've probably seen the Giordano's pizza slice on the screen. I know I completely ripped on Chicago pizza. Now, this may have been the reason I loved it so much. I might have been because I hadn't ate all day. But that slice of pie there was delicious. So I have kind of changed my perspective on Chicago pizza.
It was amazing.
It was pretty good. I wanted a nap afterwards because it's a little weighty.
Actually, same restaurant had we got some samplers as well, and it had those what were they, the tater fritters,
something like that, tater salad.
Oh my god, those were just like Those were amazing. I could pretty much eat those every day of my life.
Yep.
So yeah, that pizza was phenomenal. Doug was stoned last show. He had no idea what he was talking about. I was like, dude, that pizza was good. And you were like, no, man, I'm not into it. I'm into like Little Caesars and Papa John's. But that pie was phenomenal.
That was pretty good. Yeah, it was good. So it gets a plus rating. I had it at a D before we came out there, but it gets an A plus rating. I think I have a little Giordano screenshot coming up here after the a little shout out to Giordano's for I think it's on the next one for keeping us fed. The one before that is just a little booth of some high end cards that I took a video on. So you want to get a little play there. There was some this guy had some ridiculous, and I know you got to turn your head sideways because that's how I filmed it. But this guy had some ridiculous cards. There was just logo man after logo man after Babe Ruth cut after triple auto, quad auto, Brady auto. I mean, look at all those Bradys right there. I was just Montanas. More Brady's. I mean, it was filthy. Then he's got all these dual, triple books. One thing I noticed at the Nationals, a lot of guys don't want to sell. I think they just set up to show off their cards. There's my shoes. But those were all cuts like Babe Ruth and Gehrig and DiMaggio bat knobs.
I think that's a Jackie Robinson bat knob.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, a guy probably had literally like $3 or $4 million in cards just sitting in his booth right there, just chilling, just all the big cut autos and bat knobs just underneath the one roof there. It was ridiculous, and there was a lot of guys that had booths like that, and it didn't seem like they had any fair pricing on those things. So in my opinion, it was like these guys are out here showing off their collection.
I mean, I got it.
And they want you to come up and pat them on the back, a little slap ass, and say good collection.
I gotta say, I mean, usually when you walk up to a booth, and right here, I mean, at least it's priced, and this specific dealer had a lot of high end stuff, and the prices weren't nuts. I mean, but the cards were just out of our price range.
I saw Simmons.
It was a Simmons.
And you're right, Mike. But this is a show where you're under the impression that you're going to sell. But and it's one man's opinion against the next. But there was cards that would normally go for like $1,500 on eBay that these guys had for like $10,000.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I walked around, and if you can tell off the bat. I mean, a lot of guys like don't have their cards priced, and they're higher end stuff. If they're not priced, you probably don't even want to ask. I mean, I had a couple dealers just straight tell me like, I'm gonna ask for X amount of dollars, and I know that's higher than the market value, but I rather just keep it.
We had a pretty funny and awkward story. I'll go into it real quick. So this guy has this Dak Prescott. He has no prices. He's got this Dak Prescott Immaculate Shield Auto 101, which in my opinion is like the 5th or 6th best card, maybe even lower than that. You got your Contenders 101, you got your National Treasure Shield in the 101, you've got the Prism 101, you've got we're looking for cards for the buyback. So I was like, hey, what are you looking for on that? And he said 15. Okay. So I looked at the RPAs, they sell for 300. So I was like, okay. All right. So I'm actually trying to like look around, and I was like, would you take 14? He's like, no, I'm stuck at 15. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, well, it'll be a nice addition to one of the next buybacks at 1,500. So Dan starts to pull out the cash, and the guy's like, whoa, I didn't know you guys rolled like that. And he's like, does your buddy have a gun?
No, he's like, where's the gun? And I'm like, where's the gun? I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, what did we get ourselves into?
So we're counting out the hundreds.
And I had a feeling before this whole thing went down about price, I had a feeling he was thinking, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe and it totally looked like I was trying to lowball this guy, but he's like, no, 15,000, and I'm like, all right. And then I felt bad, so I hung. I didn't want to just leave at that point because it would just been like complete awkwardness. So I was just like kind of trying to hang around.
And I was sitting there and I was looking at that card, and when he said 15, I'm like, oh, 15's reasonable. It's probably worth about $2,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, so 15's reasonable. So I understood what you were saying, but when he said 15, he said it in a way that like it was 15,000, not 1,500. So I'm like, Doug's all, okay, yeah, we got a deal. And I'm like, and he like looks at me, he's all, you got the cash? And I'm all, yeah. And the guy's like, where's the gun? And I'm all, what the fuck is going on? And then I was like, I don't want to even, I'm like, could we talk about this a little bit? Like, You're not going to get mad at me. And then Doug just wanted to hang around there for a while, and I basically
Because I just didn't want to cut the awkwardness.
Dude, I wanted to literally just run across the other side of the whole convention.
Well, he had a Trinity, Jared Goff Trinity, 1 of 1, Cal State logo. But we all know Trinity's completely like Brian Gray has him sits down and has him put the jersey on. It wasn't game worn, and he wanted like $4,000 for that for a Jared Goff 1 of 1 at a Trinity.
He wanted $2,000.
Well, still, it's the
he
same thing.
wanted $2,000, and it's probably worth about $200. I mean, it's not. It was a it was a cool card. I mean, all the cards that he had were really nice, but after that, he basically said straight up, he's like, I'm not even trying to really sell a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. Like, if you go to the next slide, there's you kind of fast forward through our free break. There's James did a little walk around. So we did a one main stage break. But if you kind of scrub through that, since we don't have the audio on that, James did a little walk around at the end of this.
So you could tell Doug was hungry by how close the microphone is to his face.
Yeah.
He needed a snack.
So here's kind of a view of the National. James did a little walk around, got some footage, just how big it is. You can't even really see the end of the wall there. So it's massive, and you got your vintage dealers, you got your modern dealers, you got Topps, you got Panini, you got Upper Deck. That guy's shirt say something about I love fat. I didn't catch that one. Jerseys, memorabilia. I mean, there was some crazy memorabilia.
Oh man, this will get you dizzy.
Whoa!
Get out of the way.
That is James fighting through traffic. There was also somebody that was selling Aaron Hernandez letters from jail.
Yes,
there.
Yeah, yep.
Like a pen pal situation. I don't think it was like the letters to his girl, but it was like the letters to maybe a friend. That was courtesy of
James,
Sports Card
I got to
News.
give James credit. He is just bobbing in and out of traffic, man. That guy is.
Yeah, he deserves a Heisman.
Look at the move. Oh! Spin move.
Well, he had a little clip on camera. So no, there was somebody had the Aaron Hernandez letters from prison. I advise you guys to follow at Sports Card News for some really good pictures and stories from the National that we weren't able to even do. He pretty much covered the event the best that anybody could. So at Sports Card News on Twitter, our buddy Ryan covered it.
That's good to see. I got my glasses on in that photo.
I know.
Got to keep it real for Chicago.
Backwards.
So I wanted to get in some hobby fails, National Edition. A few things that I dug up that are pretty funny and amusing to talk about. The first one is a Dwight Clark David Carr situation. You guys can go ahead and tell me what's wrong with those photos there.
Looks like
DC
Dwight Clark added value to a David Carr card.
I think so. Absolutely.
And it looks like David Carr destroyed the value of a Dwight Clark card.
Yeah. What that just tells me is that
is that a Booker from the his David Carr's auto looks like Booker from the Broncos.
He does. It's a little bit like his brother with the DC. But yeah, that's I guess they file them based on first and last name, I would assume. So the next one is an absolute gem. It just 2017 Sage cut. So they basically took a card from in this instance, it's a card from another unlicensed company, and they cut it up with a sticker on it, put it into a card. It's the absolute funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. But
I'm not gonna lie, man. Never mind. I was gonna go out.
Have you guys heard of Hassan Reddick?
What the fuck?
I was gonna, man. I really like playing opposite with you and trying to really argue something out, but I can't do it on this one.
Who the fuck is that?
But
guy?
You know what? I gotta say, at least Brian Gray is getting a little advertisement there.
No, it doesn't say Leaf anywhere.
It says draft on it.
Yeah, we know that's it, but yeah. So
Sorry,
it's inspired me. It's inspired me. So I've started a website called Doug's Duels, and it's gonna just be some dual autos. I've been completely inspired by this card here, so I'm working on this company, and it's gonna be separate from these guys. I don't want them to get a fucking piece of cut or nothing. But what I'm gonna do. So I mean, I think the next screen says inspired because it's what I've been inspired. So I went ahead and this is my first, and they're all gonna be one-on-ones. They're all gonna be one-on-ones. That is a Courtney Lee, Will Bynum, 1 of 1. And it's got the Optichrome technology on it as well, so you can see the shininess. Handwritten as well. So every card that I make is going to be a 1 of 1, and it's going to be two people you've never seen do a duel before, like these two guys, like Courtney Lee and Will Bynum. You've never seen them on a dual card before. Like I think my next one's going to be Greg Stietsma and Peyton Siva dual auto. Never seen it before. So I'm going to pre-sell these. I'm going to put these up on eBay.
I like that. I like that. Like that packing tape type of gloss.
No, that's Optichrome. That's the chrome technology. It was really hard for me to get it down.
You know what would have been
it looked like it had a little bubbling up. Is that like a texture thing to it?
Yeah, it's a very unique texture. And I've got a lot more of these kind of cards sitting here that, they're going to be very unique. They're going to go up on eBay on the second Tuesday of next week. They're going to be available for $59.99, and I expect these things to sell out like immediately. So, if you guys want to get on the mailing list for Doug's Duels, it's going to be the most unique handcrafted product that's ever been out on the market. I mean, and that one's an on-card and a sticker combined into one, so we're hitting all phases of it. We're taking care of it.
Is that a National Treasures card that you cut in half?
It's a Timeless Treasures card.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine.
I figured it was timeless. Might as well put it in there. So... and if this takes off, I'm even thinking of doing like a 5-star type where it's like one or two hits a box. We'll make it an 8-box case. You're just gonna have guys that are you've never seen on a card before together. Like probably like Joe Musgrove and Ken Griffey Sr. You'll be on a card together. So this is the last veil of the show. We've got Dalvin Cook, who went to Florida State, and I'm not a big college football guy. But I know that's a Michigan logo, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Or an E. Maybe they thought it was an E.
It's still it's not Florida State.
Then I was like, maybe he was redshirted at Michigan, and then he went to Florida State. No.
No. Oh.
Yeah, that is absolutely takes it all.
That's not real, right?
That is real. I don't think any company's doing that, but if you have some stickers lying around that you need to put on a ball, why not?
Sure. Who is that?
I don't know.
You don't know who the auto is?
No. Looks like Angelo Junder.
Gumby.
But I have a bunch of balls that need autographs on them, and I have some leftover stickers from my buyback that I'm working on. The dual auto one. And I was thinking, hey, why not go out to some minor league baseball games, get them signed some stickers, throw them right on the ball?
Why don't you just get some duct tape and just put it on the ball, just have them sign on that?
I haven't made the sell sheet yet, so I might be able to make some changes to it. So, but yeah, those are some of the fails for the week. I thought some funny stuff comes around this, the national. And I think we're gonna.
Now I don't know if that ball was actually at the National.
No, it was before that.
Yeah,
it just goes along with the week of.
Yeah.
It goes along with the segment. We already talked about Trump. I put it in twice. Not realizing that I did do that, but that's a different picture at least. So that's the guy's booth that was selling the Trump. Some people were outraged.
Bought some really, really nice pick guards from that dealer.
Yep. Can you see who's in that photo? That's the great Henry Winkler and
that is
J-Lo.
Jennifer Lopez.
And I think A-Rod's there, but you can't see him because that dude's blocking him off. So A-Rod came in there I should say J-Rod came in there and did some autographs.
Bruh, J-Lo was there?
J-Lo. I didn't see her, though.
Oh.
I was trying to catch a glimpse of her walking away, but just kidding.
Hey.
Not really, though. So she was there. I also wanted to talk about... I had a really good experience every year. RBI Crew, one of the best dealers at the show.
That's a good point. You did have the cheeseburger. You had a fine dining cheeseburger.
Yeah, we'll get into that after this.
Yeah.
RBI Crew, Ryan and Neil, just absolutely amazing dudes. Just easy to work with. Always have great prices. You can check them out at RBI Crew 7 on Twitter. They also have a shop, which I believe is in the next photo. If you're in, I believe they're in Missouri. Sorry if I'm wrong there. And just they've been around longer than us. Actually, funny story. I kind of did some breaks with that, where they were doing some kind of giveaway stuff back about 7 years ago. It was one of the reasons that we got into the hobby, where these guys were doing some stuff on camera on Blog TV. So just good dudes. So I just wanted to give them a plug. I think, just a lot of dealers at the National. You walk up to their booth and you're, me and Dan are willing to buy stuff. I know there's maybe some people that aren't willing to buy stuff. They're just looking. But we have money and we want to spend it on something. And we're not even lowballers. We're not, well, I guess I kind of ruined that with that segment on that DAC. But we're looking for, stuff for the buyback. And a lot of people don't even engage you. They don't even conversate with you. They don't want to sell anything. Like, find out what I'm looking for. And you got 1 million cards here. Sell me something. And maybe that's my salesman talking, but there just wasn't a lot. And these guys should pretty much run training courses on how to, hang out and talk to people, build friends, and sell some cards, because that's what they're good at. So props to those RBI crew.
Yeah, real quick. And Mike, in the chat, I see that, the Twins, Marlins, and Blue Jays don't have any autos in the checklist. Don't buy them on the site until they're discounted to the appropriate price.
Yes.
And if you purchased them before, I'll issue you a site credit for the difference. Very, very easy to work with here.
Yeah.
So,
what do you mean, dude? I was thinking about raising the Twins up to 150, dude.
Yeah. So again, these are posted before the checklist comes out, and a lot of the times, some of those teams, if they don't have autos, they get pulled off the site anyway. So
absolutely.
We got it.
We got you covered. So Topps, I want to talk a little about Topps Rapper Redemption thing and their Q&A. So they had a pretty juicy Q&A. I advised go back to @SportsCardNews. He periscoped the whole thing, but we're going to go over some of the good questions and stuff like that. But Topps was doing a Rapper Redemption that was literally selling out like within 20 or 30 minutes. So you bring certain Topps products up to their booth. You get these Bowman packs, national Bowman packs that have autos and parallels, and there's Judge in there. They're literally selling out in 20 minutes, to the point where I was talking to Blowout guys, and they were like, they wish they could space it out, because once they run out, they were selling less Topps products, because people are like, well, I'll just come back tomorrow and try to get the cards then, and then maybe they don't come back, or maybe they buy Panini stuff. So I don't know if there's a better way, because if you have more of it, then the cards are probably less valuable to the people that actually get them. I don't know what the solution is, but these were hot as shit. I mean, they're selling for like $35 a pack on eBay right now. So these are hot. So they were hot last year too. So you could do your own eBay search and say Bowman 2017 Rapper Redemption. So this card was given out to some of the attendees at the Q&A, and you can go ahead and leave that up. I'll go over some of the Q&A stuff here. So they actually talked about the 2013 Bryants that were kind of not in products, and then some of them showed up grading. They kind of cleared it up. They basically went over the fact that Bryant got his cards in late for 2013 Bowman draft, so they put him in 2014, but he turned in all of his cards, and then they made reference to him tweeting out his superfractor, so they kind of almost like he tweeted it out, so now it's public, and we have to do something with these. And they did admit to grading some of the blacks. They admit to graded some of the black waves, some of the green waves, but they said they were eventually going to be either in giveaways or replacements for high-end cards. But somebody was asking him, well, there's not an appropriate amount on the market compared to how much you graded, and they said they're still out there somewhere. So some of these are either in a hot case or, tucked away, and we all know those cases that they have the 2013 Bowman Chrome in it is just sky high. So,
again, M-Close, yeah, there's 3 teams that don't have autos in Chrome. Marlins, Blue Jays, and Twins. Don't buy them. Anybody who purchased them before, I got to go over it again. Anybody who purchased them before, they're worth $9. That's what we sell a team that only has base cards. It costs us about $9 to sort, package up, and ship the base cards. So if you bought one of those teams, you're going to get a site credit minus $9. Yeah, and then now we're done talking about that. I'm not going to interrupt.
No, we can take a whole Q&A. We'll just push all the brakes back. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you can go on Beckett. Beckett has a transcript of the Topps Q&A, which is some pretty nice stuff. The Transcendent is coming out again this year, so that looks like some kind of wood border going on. So maybe that's a parallel of the base card, but it's. I heard rumors it's going to be an even higher price point this year than it was last year. So details are still slim. They don't have announced who's going to be at the party. I think obviously Judge would be the number one candidate to be at the party and have the set based around Judge. I mean, even if he goes 0 for 100, I think he's kind of already stamped this year as being his for the rookie card. So I think that this is gonna be hot. So Transcendent.
Well, Transcendent, you did go over the fact that it's gonna be a little bit more expensive.
That's what, I just said. Yeah.
And did you also go over the fact that I see the picture of Harper there? I heard it's probably gonna be Harper and not Judge.
Could be.
So
they could have inked that at the beginning of the year just to make sure.
I mean, Harper should win. He's probably gonna win the MVP. I mean, he should win the MVP.
He should.
So,
somebody asked, "What is Topps doing to make sure Panini doesn't get an MLB license in 2020?"
It's all good, Mike. I'm just clarifying.
Their answer was they're a competitive company. We are too. We create the best products. We can show how we are. Do you have a stale date when players aren't signing? We hold out as long as we can, especially high-end players, but we do at some point. So basically, if somebody's not signing, then they have to just give up on the contract, which doesn't make anybody happy, but I'm sure there's and they asked if they read the forums, and they said yes, we read all the boards. So they read all the forums,
including Mojo forums.
Maybe.
Well, there's not much on there, so
if you talk shit,
it'll be a quick read.
If you talk shit about them, they may not replace your card. They're like, I remember that guy just ripping us on the blowout forum.
Well,
but they were completely transparent, and I got to give them credit because Panini didn't have a Q&A. They did have a VIP party, but they didn't have a Q&A. They didn't have a Q&A, which I think would have been. I don't know. Do you think it would have been good for them? Do you think this year is just too hard for them to have the Q&A?
They just did something at the summit. I don't think that I don't recall if they do it for the summit and the national. I don't know if it's common practice for them to have a Q&A at the national.
Yeah.
They have a booth. They have people at the booth who are readily available if you want to ask them a question.
Yeah.
But I don't recall them having a sit down Q&A. Topps had no reason not to do it this year. They have nothing to hide behind. Everybody, I mean, a lot of these dealers and shops and distributors and people who are in the Topps meeting, this is the most money they've ever made on any Topps.
Yeah.
So there's nothing they could do wrong. So I was watching it. I've been in a handful of those Q&As at the summit, and I've seen some meltdowns. I've seen some pretty hostile environment going down.
Yeah.
I never heard anybody clapping. There was a whole thing of just people clapping, just being super happy. High fives and hugs.
Well, what I figured is they were going to come out with there was going to be nobody in the room and the lights were going to be down and it's going to be like judge. It's like and then they just come down from the ceiling. They're, all right, what questions you guys got? And then every response was Aaron Judge. So what are you guys going to do about Aaron Judge? And they're just like, oh, you're right. It's like my kryptonite. So C-Rad, what did you see on the online experience this last 4 days? What was kind of people talking about? With the how's everybody's mood and stuff like that?
I think for the most part, everybody was pretty hyped up.
Yep,
excited to get their silver packs.
Yeah,
get that Alonso.
Absolutely, and I think the silver packs were the best this year. We didn't get to open any, of course, but I've seen a lot of people opening them in our booth, and I've seen lots of one-on-ones.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of people come in the room talk about they did well in the silver packs from the Nationals too. There was a lot of people that came in the room and said that.
Nice. Well, what do we advise you if you guys are watching this show? We'll probably do an extra contest for people that get their silver packs and tweet out their hits. So we want to see those because, like I said, we didn't get to open any. We want to see what these cards look like, what you guys are pulling out of our packs, for the Nationals. So they're all getting sent. I think the first half's getting sent today, and then I think by the end of the week, the rest of them will go out. So it's a little quicker than we thought as we were able to 2-day all the packs back from Chicago over to here to Cali. So, but I want to talk about the VIP party. It was at a location in Chicago, the Revel Fulton Market. This is actually a photo from a prior year national, but they always have some girls there. They got the black boxes. They got the gold packs, which I think I got the next screenshot as gold packs. Or I have a little Kyrie picture. The next shot is where the location was. It was the Revel Fulton Market, which is normally just it's an empty warehouse that lets you kind of like do it however you want it. other companies come in and, set it up a little bit differently. Everybody was kind of thinking it was going to be at the United Center, was the rumor.
That was the rumor that I was hearing.
Turned out to be at the Revel Fulton Market. The setup, it was just kind of one large room. There was a couple spin-off rooms. They had NBA Jam. They had Blitz. They had an old Nintendo. They had a bunch of different video games for people to play. They had a DJ who was spinning some tunes. Those are sleeves of gold packs there that are pretty nice. They got Aaron Judge in there. They got Cody Bellinger. They got Messi. Pretty much anybody you want is in these gold packs. And there was the DJ with the San Diego chicken, who I think is now called a panini chicken, maybe.
Don't call it the Padre chicken. That's not what it is. I guess it's a San Diego chicken. So my bad.
But this chick was DJing. There's me and Dan with Tommy the Hitman Hearns. Pretty cool dude. Latrell Sprewell and Dion was there. Of course, Lonzo was there. There's Dan with Lonzo. Damn, dude, you're short, man, compared to Lonzo. So am I.
That boy tall.
He tall. And I thought he was wearing Nike. Those are big ballers. That was a very awkward photo that I took because I was talking to him.
Wow.
It looks like I'm going in to just get him on the mouth there, with my mouth. But yeah, so that I took that. But that was like the one guy because I'm 94 Niners. He like best year. We won the Super Bowl that year. Last time we won a Super Bowl, even though he only played for us for 1 year.
I didn't know it was a fedora night. I would have brought my fedora with me, but yeah, that. Good job. What were you talking to him about?
He didn't say anything to me.
It looks like you were doing a lot of talking.
I was.
What were you saying to him?
I was just like, dude, you're on one of my favorite Niner teams of all time. I think you had your best year, and then they like snap some photos and like get the fuck on.
They're all like, you're all, man. It was the glory years. This is the last time we won a Super Bowl.
And funny story, Pete Rose walks in. We're outside. Pete Rose walks in. There's some people smoking right by the front door. Pete Rose looks at him and goes, "Cigarettes are gonna kill you." And somebody, I don't think he heard, but and the guy was like, "Yeah, so is betting on baseball and cheating on women." So it's like, out of all the people to talk about something that's bad, Pete Rose had to say something. If I'm Pete Rose and I was convicted or whatever, alleged of betting on baseball, I am literally going to be the nicest dude because I'm out here getting paid to sign autographs still, and I'm not going to say what you're doing is bad compared to what I'm doing is bad. So I thought that was pretty entertaining.
Wacky.
Very wacky. Did you guys have any questions in the chat about anything? Anything. It doesn't even have to be. If you want to talk about peanut butter and jelly, I mean, any questions?
Oh, I didn't know we were going to open it up for that.
We're opening it up right now, big time.
I didn't have to cut you off and answer the questions before. I could have just waited.
Yep.
I didn't know there was going to be a Q&A for us.
There's a Q&A. Mojobreak Q&A at the National.
Was it open bar at the VIP party?
It was.
Yes, it was.
Oh, dang, son.
It has been every year. It gets a little dangerous. I'm not going to lie. It gets,
dang.
And it's usually, what is it, like 7 to like 11.
Were they carding?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Troy Dollar Sign wouldn't have been able to get any drinks.
But I think he actually got a badge. He got in, and I had to take full responsibility. I was actually told by someone specific high up in Panini that I had to take full responsibility for him. If he was throwing up in the bathroom, I'd be getting in trouble.
Ah.
So.
Spending a night in the pokey? Can public buy VIP passes? Yes, absolutely. They're
are Blue Jays, Marlins, and Twins going to be in the random? Yes, they're going to be in the random, but they are going to be comboed up with a team that has an autograph.
Yep.
So every spot in the random is going to have an autograph.
If you buy basically through either Blowout or some of the retailers or even us, if you reach out, basically you got to buy a certain amount of product to get in there. Now, I believe Blowout was doing it last year where it was $3,500. You don't get any of the product, but you get the silver packs, the gold packs. It didn't turn out to be a bad deal for a lot of people that did that. So Blowout kept the product. They sold the passes for $3,500, which included the admission, hanging out with the athletes and stuff like that. You sell all those gold packs and silver packs that you get, you could probably break even, and then you're getting to hang out with the athletes for free pretty much. So
for Mike Laboda, I did not see that the Lonzo Ball auto was pulled, the diamond card, but we were talking about like what would the price point on that. That was something that we were kind of talking the first as soon as it actually got showed. We were like me, Doug, Billy, and Troy, and everybody were kind of, and James were all talking about it. I think we kind of said somewhere in like the 5,000, 8,000 range. I mean, It is like a really, really nice card. The promo stuff doesn't sell for as much as a regular release. So anything stamped with like a national promo, I mean, it's still really nice cards and they still do have value.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't, obviously not going to sell for as much as.
What was it, like 10 grand or something? Buy it now or best offer?
Yeah,
on eBay?
yeah. I mean, I think it's
Crazy.
like between 5 and 8 probably is what it would sell for.
Wait, for what card?
The Lonzo Ball 101 Diamond Auto.
Somebody got that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already pulled.
But-
We did get some of the black boxes. The question, I probably need to get in the habit of actually asking the question because some of you guys aren't in the chat. But did you guys get any of the black boxes? And we did. Yeah, we gave one away for one of the contests, and some of them will be put in our buyback, and some of them will be given away at some point as well. So, yeah, we got some. They're called the VIP gems this year. So they don't call it they don't call it the black box anymore. They call it the VIP gems, and they have. Number to 4 or less, which actually probably was a way for them to save money, but it was something different too. So I'm not going to rip on them for it because it was some very unique cards rather than just using new designs.
They actually did a really, really, really nice design. Because what they've done in the past is it'd be an old design with a VIP stamp on it and an autograph or a prime patch or something like that.
In a new color.
This was a completely different like print up, different like product run. So it's the diamond cards are great looking.
Here's another question, Dan. I am curious about how other products were represented: UFC, WWE, non-baseball, basketball, football, like everything but the major sports. How was it represented at the national?
I was reading another question. What was that again?
I said, how were the other products, the UFC, WWE, the non-big sports? How do you think they were represented at the national?
It's a niche market.
Yeah.
And it's always secondary. There's definitely people who are really into that stuff, but they're few and far between, especially with a year like this with, Judge and Bellinger and Dak and Elliott and Ball. Like,
yeah.
I mean, obviously the Conor McGregor, Conor McGregor,
Fighter, right?
Yeah,
Irish.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought I was saying something wrong there, but his stuff, obviously with the Floyd Mayweather fight coming up, should see a peak in some of that. So
yeah,
it seems like they've been getting some Floyd autographs. Floyd
Yep.
Mayweather. We were actually fortunate enough to get a Floyd Mayweather boxing glove signed.
Yep.
It was a gift by a distributor.
Sick.
We actually showed up a little late. They actually had a really nice dinner, but we got some like lady fingers and like
salad,
little piece of pizza.
We had already ate it. The other one, I was like, damn it, I should have held out, but I was so hungry, I just ate the. Yeah. What are some of the other?
We'll probably give away some silver packs or gold packs at some point.
Silvers, golds, some other stuff. There'll be some nice surprises. You guys will be happy with the giveaway tonight. I'm still putting it together, other than the first 4 that we have. So, yeah, Conor McGregor stuff. Actually, I believe his first auto, I just bought it for one of our upcoming buybacks. His first auto, I think I bought it like 2 years ago for like $300. And I bought it for $1,000 this year, so that just shows you his hype already leading up to this monster fight. So I think that's who picks and chooses what vendors get to set up at the national, and what are the qualifications you have to meet. Well, they do have like kind of a loyalty program that if you've set up there for multiple years. And this is for the vendor area. So we're in the Case Break Pavilion, which is a little bit different. But the rest of the national, the Case Break Pavilion is probably like 10% of the national. The rest is just dealer setup, Panini setup, top setup, upper deck setup. They basically have kind of seniority. On some of these companies have seniority on the better booths, and then I believe they do a draft for the other booths. And beyond that, I think they have the questionnaire on their website on what it qualifies to do. It's just, I think if you got the money, then you get in if they have space.
Yeah,
for you.
I mean, there's a handful of bigger. I can't. I'm struggling right now. Bigger vendors who get prime location, but they're also probably spending a lot of money to get those giant booths. The other booths that are out there, they're kind of grandfathered in. If they've been coming to the National for 10, 15, 20 years, like they usually get in the same area of the convention, usually kind of a prime location, definitely on like an aisleway or something like that, something on a corner spot. So there's definitely some loyalty in that aspect, but the big vendors like the blowouts and the DAs and the Panini and Tops, like they're spending a lot of money for a booth that size.
Yeah.
So
Fetman asked, did either of you guys buy anything for a personal collection, or was it all for Mojo? I was trying to. I'm a big Buster Posey collector, as well as anything Niners as well. I was looking for a specific Buster Posey. I couldn't find it. I wanted the 2010 Rapper Redemption sticker auto rookie from Bowman. I couldn't find that. Did buy a lot. We did buy some wax and rip it. We spent way too much money on some Sterling Asia.
We did.
I think you guys remember Sterling Asia. Well, it's like 5 times the price now because Judge is in it. And needless to say, we didn't hit any Judge, but we had a lot of fun ripping it.
Yeah. We bought a couple boxes of Sterling Asia. We bought a box of 15 Bowman Chrome looking for a Bellinger, and Rosario just got called up. He played yesterday. Actually considered Baseball America's top prospect right now.
Mike, the best card you saw in best auto piece, that is really hard to quantify.
I mean, I gotta say, you actually showed it on there. That Jackie Robinson bat knob was a phenomenal memorabilia piece.
Yeah.
Definitely one of my favorites. So much stuff there. I mean, so many logo mans, and it depends. It depends if Dion's just saying how much he loved playing for the Niners. I may go up and.
The question was, if Doug fought Dion and Dan stepped in, would Dan step in to help Dion? And
Help Dion.
Yeah. Dan may get my side depending on the situation.
Depends.
Yeah.
Depends if he's all man. He's like, I love playing in San Francisco. I'd be like, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
But we're gonna do. I'm gonna drop a retweet here in a minute, and we're also gonna integrate Facebook. We're gonna give away some gold packs. So be on the lookout of that on our Facebook and our Twitter in the next few hours. I know I'm always late to the party on those, but there will be a giveaway for some gold packs that will be announced next week. So we'll ship some gold packs sealed out to you guys. We also got some Pop Century stuff we'll probably throw in that we opened up last week as well to give away. But that pretty much sums it up. I think we got some Topps Chrome coming up in a couple minutes here. So thank you guys for tuning in. I wish we had more coverage, but it was a little crazy and then flying back and stuff like that. But we did our best to kind of show you guys what was going down at the National.
And then we basically have the show next week on Wednesday, and then myself and Conrad fly out to the NBA rookie premiere.
Yep.
To do an event out there in New York. So that'll be rad. Conrad, are you stoked?
I'm very, very excited.
Ready for like a
Lonzo, what's up, boy?
I don't even want to hear about it. Dude.
five and a half hour flight.
I hope it sucks. No, I'm just kidding.
The flight's gonna suck.
Yeah, it is gonna.
It's gonna suck, but that'll be a lot of fun. We're gonna we may get a new setup actually as well, so we'll see.
Yep, new rig.
We'll see how that works, and it'll be fun. I think I think that one is actually going to be one of the more interactive events.
Yeah, let us know if you guys want us to ask any of them anything.
Yep.
Like, do you use an auto pen? Just kidding.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't do that.
Get kicked right out.
Yeah.
Got right in, got right out.
Got right in, get right out.
JK, Panini, JK.
But we were actually going to have Billy come on the show too, but I had a little problem with the Skype. But we plan to have Billy come on and share some of his stuff. Billy's an absolute just funny dude to be around, and I think would translate well on the air. So we'll have him on soon.
Actually, I think we should have Billy come on and just talk about some of the stories that he has. It's just amazing.
Good stories, man.
With the face cam.
We were basically laughing our ass off all weekend.
Yep.
And another the working out comment was
oh yeah. So you guys before we go, you guys would appreciate this. So you guys that break with us know we use your guys' email when we call out your name. So I'm talking to Tom M, who may be in the chat, and his email is workingout42. Well, at the moment, at this time when we're talking, me and Dan are talking to him, Billy he went to go turn his cards into PSA or something like that. So he comes up and Tom's like, "Hey, Billy," and he's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And we don't know your guys' faces, some of you guys we do, but he goes up to him. Billy goes to shake his hand, and he's all, "Hey, working out," and Billy goes, "No." And he goes, no, working out 42. And he's like, oh, it was just hilarious because he thought he was asking him if he worked out, and just stone face, no.
I'd be like, hell yeah, work out, dude.
Yeah. So
just weird and wacky things that happen at the National. So
absolutely. Well, we got to get ready for Topps Chrome Jumbo Case number 2, guys. So don't go anywhere. We'll be live in about 5 to 7 minutes after we kind of tear this down and get all the mics set back up. We'll be live and we'll rip it. I think there's just a few teams left, but we'll get right into some Topps Chrome. Check out mojobreak.com for any upcoming breaks. Billy will be live tomorrow with some more Chrome, and we're going to be live today with the rest of our Chrome too. So other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate all you guys that came to the National to say you guys watch this show, because we have a lot of fun doing it, and it's a little break away from all the cards and kind of showing our passion about talking about certain things about this hobby and sports. So it's a lot of fun. So thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out.